How's it going, guys? It's Brugus here and welcome to another Rise of Kingdom video. Today we're going to talk about the veteran account. And the more veteran accounts I look at, the less I think they're actually impossible to be catched. Because I don't think their biggest advantage is where they are today. I think it's something that happened months or even years ago. Whenever somebody is asking why they're falling behind, the first answer is usually spending. And yes, spending absolutely helps. But I don't think it's the biggest reason veteran accounts keep getting further ahead. The more accounts I watch grow over time, the more I realize the gap doesn't suddenly appear, it quietly grows from hundreds of small decisions that most players barely notice when they're making them. Those are honestly one of my favorite discussions because they're less about, finding the next upgrade, and it's more like, understanding why some accounts become stronger. And if you enjoy looking at Rise of Kingdom this way, consider subscribing. And if today's discussion changed how you think about your own account, I'll really appreciate if you leave one like. The first realization I had was that the gap between beginners and veterans doesn't start after 6 months. It starts from the day one. Every decision you make during those first few days either make tomorrow's decision easier or a little bit harder. The strange part is that you'll almost never notice it when it's happening. And I'm going to share with you a couple small decisions that I start making from the day one that actually improve greatly my account. The first and maybe the most important decision I decided to go with was actually the VIP. I start immediately leveling up my VIP with all of the gems I'm having. And obviously I was looking for some events to push up with the gems. There is one event that you have to spend like 25k gems and you're receiving pretty decent rewards, and at the same time I'm leveling up my VIP. Now from that perspective, I actually get very fast. I even have some scrolls, by the way. I didn't manage to finish all of the scrolls. I have builder recruitment, activates this the second building queue for 2 days and extend it for 2 days. This is or get VIP 6. So I decided to go with VIP 6. I still have those crews. So you can see how fast I actually hit VIP 6. Obviously, this is also related to spendings, but not everything is related with spendings because by leveling up, progressing in the game, you're getting a lot of gems from left and right. So this is one of the things I make when I start playing a Rise of Kingdom, taking care about the VIP. Now, what problem this create me? Well, it create me pretty big problem because all of my gems was going in this direction, and in the same time, I was have to somehow boost that power. So I can join in the top alliance. Now, one of the things I did is I actually start also streaming and checking out who is joining my stream. From there I get more communication, more connections with the people, and I end up in the top alliance after like, I don't know, maybe 5-6 days. So I did that. Well, not everybody can actually do that or want to do that, but joining in very strong alliance is extremely important. But still, if you want to actually join in strong alliance, you have to basically start from day one. And something that I didn't think of, I didn't actually start from day one. When I start playing here, there was already people, or like 200 people, was already like 3 million power. So it was extremely competitive to join in one of the big alliances. And if you cannot wait to join in big alliance because every day those people who is in this alliance is become more and more hard to be replaced from you because they are actually growing way more faster from you. Somebody who is not having an alliance. So this is a couple, or how to say it, couple decisions that some small decisions that I made during my first week that didn't, they didn't feel that important at the beginning, but still is helping my account by a lot. That led me to another realization. The reason veteran accounts keep pulling ahead isn't because they made one perfect decision, it's because every good decision makes the next one easier. A focused commander clears more events. Those events give you more rewards. Those rewards let you invest even more into the same plan. And this is an example that I actually give. When I start investing in the VIP. Now, what actually VIP is giving me, except on level 6 to get the unlock second builder queue. On the next level, training speed 10%. So far, we have training speed 5%, extra 5%, hospital capacity, we don't care that much. Research speed we get, action point recovery. Now, this Sunset Canyon free attempts, this is also very important because sometimes you basically get pretty decent rewards from here. You get also a lot of materials for forging your equipment and stuff like this. So this is also very important. Till I actually hit VIP 10, from where I actually get my first legendary commander sculpture. From there, just by making this decision at the beginning, I start stockpiling right now this legendary commander sculpture. And I have decent amount of them, to be fair. I think I have like 243 of this legendary commander sculpture. But yeah, this is one of the things where me as veteran, I'm benefiting every day from it. Like I start like 300 days before you. I'm 300 legendary sculptures ahead. I'm 300 gold keys ahead. I'm 300 whatever ahead. Time reduce it, or even purchasing some stuffs from here. Now here I always buy the 8-hour speed ups, so if I start like 10 weeks before you, I'm like 10 times 28-hour speed ups. So you see how veterans is not like they're spending, but the time benefit them by a lot. They're just getting so much resources. And this is just a VIP level. This is one of the game mechanics that I'm presenting in form of commanders. They're going to most likely get Chow Chow because every day, okay, not exactly every day, but in Tavern you have gold keys. From this gold keys, you may get some legendary heroes inside, or not. Sometimes you're going to get, sometimes you're not going to get, but every day you get this golden chest, you have a chance to get a legendary hero. Every day you have a chance, okay, not every day, I don't know, maybe like one time every 2 days, you have all these chests that can give you tons of rewards. On top of that, events. You do events, you go, you do some events, you get some rewards from here. And again, this is actually boosting you far ahead from everybody else. So it's not like the veterans are paying more, but if you compare your account that you may spend like 500 bucks per month, and you compare with some free to play who start before 3 years, well, you're very far away from this guy, for sure. That's why I don't think the veteran accounts stay ahead because they grind more. They stay ahead because their old decisions are still working for them today. A beginner can play twice as many hours, but if every season starts from the same place, they're always rebuilding momentum. A veteran account starts every day with the momentum already built. And I think that's the biggest reason those accounts feels impossible to catch. And I can give you an example with my accounts that currently I'm working on. Now, if I remember back in the days when I actually started playing with this account, there was a lot of things that I have to think. Starting with all the training speed, boosting the training speed, boosting the research speed, boosting the building speed. Right now, when I'm already building, I'm right now doing the military technology. Why? Because I already have the mathematics, which is giving 15% research speed. I already have engineering that is giving 20% building speed. On top of that, I'm having this rethink, extra 10% research, I think was this one, yeah, extra 15%. So you see, just from here, just from the researches, I'm already permanent benefiting from 50% building speed. From point of research is like 25% research speed. Also, the building is level 23. I benefit from research bonus that is going to be like extra 16%. I think we can actually see all the buffs here. Building speed up 80%, research speed up 60%, training speed up to 45%. So all these things is by default what I'm having. But when you start, you're trying to do some you do the research, you do the buildings, you do this, you do that. But as a veteran player, already have like 45% ahead of you, have already 60% research speed. From there, you can go and maybe grab some, I don't know, some rune that can even boost you more. And here we have like action point recovery, or maybe march speed. There is just different, I don't know which one is which. Commander experience, research speed extra 10%. You get the idea. You're already there as a veteran. You already have all those buffs that is helping you. And if if a beginner have to train, for example, one troop for one day, you have like 50% troop speed. You're not going to train this troop for one day. Same for the building, same for the researches. And at one point, the building and the research is going to finish, but you already built that momentum as a veteran to actually do everything way more faster for the time. For example, let's say today a beginner and veteran is competing. Veteran is having all these advantages. That's why it's feeling almost impossible to catch up with veterans. And yeah, but on my stream, I actually spoke with a lot of players who actually show me what they're having, what kind of heroes they're having. And to be fair, I don't know how I'm going to even catch up with this type of with this type of people that is having like I don't even have those things. I don't know what was the name of these things. But anyway, my point is this: veterans is going to be impossible to be catch up. At one point, you're going to catch up with building and research because you're going to finish this part, and it's going to be troops and gear. But the gear to catch up with the veteran in form of gear is extremely hard, in my opinion. Now, heroes, you can save your legendary sculptures, but gear is a different topic, or the other gears over the gear. I think today's discussion is a good reminder that strong accounts aren't built in one big moment. They are built by hundreds of small decisions that keep paying you back over time. A huge thank you to all of the channel members, because your support lets me testing fresh accounts and sharing what I learned instead of just repeating the same advice. If you would like to support the channel and be part from those strategy discussions, you can check out the membership below the video.